Do you find yourself constantly trying to please your partner, even at the expense of your own happiness? Or do you worry that if you're not always on point, they'll lose interest?
If so, you may be struggling with codependency. In our free assessments of negative relationship patterns, codependency is the most common one. Understanding it better is the first step towards creating healthier, more balanced connections.
So let's take this step. In this video, we'll explain what is codependency, explore its roots, and share 5 key warning signs of codependent behavior. We'll also help you understand the difference between codependent and healthy relationships.
So, what is codependency? First, let's clear something up. Codependency is not an official diagnosis. It is a pattern of relating to others in a way that is a bit off balance. And it's not just a one sided thing. As the word suggests, there is dependency on both sides of the relationship. So, if you are codependent, you probably play the role of the fixer or the rescuer in your relationships. You feel good when you are helping or being needed, but sometimes it goes a bit too far. You end up putting all of your energy into taking care of someone else's problems, often neglecting your own needs in the process. This can lead to a whole lot of resentments brewing under the surface. After all, you are only human. Eventually, those unexpressed needs and feelings build up, and you might explode either directly or indirectly in some sneaky passive aggressive ways. The key to understanding codependency is to see that it is a two-way street. It is about recognizing the patterns on both sides of the equation and finding a healthier balance where both people's needs are met.
So, where does codependency come from? It has to have a root, right? We are not just born with it. Codependency is a complex web of behaviors, thoughts, and feelings rooted in fear of abandonment and a lack of self worth. It can manifest in all types of relationships, romantic, relationships with family, even friendships. Like other negative relationship patterns, it usually stems from childhood experiences. Growing up in a dysfunctional family environment with narcissistic, codependent, or emotionally unavailable parents can be the cause of codependent behavior. Codependency can then be understood as a defense mechanism that individuals develop to cope with that emotional pain and unmet needs. As a defense mechanism, codependency basically tricks us into believing that our worthiness is tied to our ability to please and care for others. So we learn to prioritize others' needs over our own, seeking this external validation to fill the void within. So what does codependency feels like?
Well, in one word, confusing. When you are struggling with codependency, there can be moments of feeling great when there is a sense that you are helping someone you care about, but more often than not, it is overshadowed by an overwhelming fear of abandonment, fear of not being enough, fear of disapproval, and so on. You may feel exhausted, depleted, and even resentful, yet terrified to rock the boat. You might question your own thoughts and feelings, even doubting your own sanity, and ultimately losing sight of who you truly are. As a result, codependency can lead to feelings of anxiety and depression since your needs are always taking the back seats.
As with other negative patterns, the first step in breaking free is to become aware of them. So, here are some of the major warning signs this pattern can manifest as. First one, social isolation. You distance yourself from friends and family who don't understand or support your relationship. Then it can be people pleasing, one of the most common ones. You go to great lengths to avoid conflict or disapproval, even if it means sacrificing your own well being. Codependency can manifest also as a hypervigilance. You constantly monitor your partner's moods and behaviors, trying to anticipate their needs and prevent them from getting upset. Or you might justify bad behavior. You make excuses for your partner's hurtful actions or blame yourself for their mistakes. And the last sign is the savior complex, as we call it. You feel responsible for fixing your partner's problems or rescuing them from their own choices.
These behaviors usually come from distorted thinking that were shaped by early experiences you had and reinforced over time. And these distortions can include, for example, believing that love means constantly rescuing your partner, even when it enables unhealthy behavior, or maybe interpreting any sign of disagreements or distance as a relationship ending catastrophe, making you really anxious. Maybe it's believing you shouldn't expect too much from your partner, so you accept just crumbs of their affection and respect. Or becoming so entangled with your partner that you lose your own sense of self, which is a very common one that I even experienced before.
So, codependency isn't just about sacrificing your own needs, it can also have a devastating impact on your mental health and overall well being. So, let's do a little contrast exercise between codependent behaviors on one side and those found in secure, healthy relationships. So, codependent one would be that you try to fix your partner's problems.
Secure, you offer support but allow them to learn from their mistakes.
Codependent, you withhold your true feelings to avoid conflict.
Secure, you express your feelings honestly, even if it means disagreements.
Codependent, you strive to be exactly like your partner to maintain closeness.
Secure, you embrace your differences and celebrate your individuality.
Codependent, you panic at the slightest sight of disconnection, clinging tightly to your partner.
Secure, you understand that healthy space and independency are necessary for a thriving relationship.
Codependent, you lower your expectations, settling for less than what you deserve.
Secure, you have high standards for yourself and your partner, expecting mutual respect and emotional maturity.
So these distinctions highlight the path towards healthier relationships. If you recognize codependent tendencies in yourself, it's time to embark on a journey of healing and self-discovery.
To help you out with breaking free from codependency and other negative patterns you might be experiencing, check out our Break the Cycle course. You'll find a lot of resources, supports, and guidance that will ultimately help you create the love life you desire. Click the link that is showing up here on the screen or at the description below this video to learn more.